government is now a personal ATM. A real estate developer with zero diplomatic experience is currently negotiating peace between Russia and Ukraine. And while he is doing that, he also co-founded of a crypto company doing billion-dollar deals with the countries he is negotiating with. I need you to understand that sentence was not a hypothetical. His name is Steve Witkoff, New York real estate, no government experience, no foreign policy background. What he did have was years of personal friendship with the president. And for this administration, that was credential enough. So Witkoff gets dispatched alone to negotiate with Iran, Hamas, Israel, the UAE, Russia, Ukraine, all by himself. A guy whose last big deal involved condominiums. Here's where it gets interesting. Witkoff sits down with the UAE, lift export restriction on high-end semiconductors, restrictions that previous administration kept in place because officials believed China could get its hands on the technology. Poof, gone. Around the same time, an Abu Dhabi investment firm buys $2 billion of stablecoin from a crypto company called WorldLibertyFinancial. Witkoff is a co-founder of, surprise surprise, WorldLibertyFinancial. His two sons are co-founders. Trump is a co-founder. Trump's three sons are co-founders. The White House said Witkoff did not directly participate in brokering the chip deal. Yeah, for sure. And that $2 billion get invested in Binance, the crypto exchange whose founder had just pled guilty to violating US anti-money laundering regulation. Trump pardoned him in October. This is the pattern. Not an accident, not a coincidence, a system. Qatar gives Trump a Boeing luxury jet, estimated cost to retrofit for presidential use $1 billion, taxpayer money, and Trump intends to keep it after he leaves the office. A foreign government giving the sitting US president a plane. The Trump organization simultaneously announced a luxury golf resort connected to a real estate company backed by Qatar's sovereign wealth fund. Saudi Arabia commits to $1 trillion in US investment, and in exchange, Washington sells them F-35s, the advanced fighter jet that previous administration blocked specifically over national security concerns. Arms sales, investment pledges, private real estate deals for the family, all wrapped in one announcement, one massive number: $1 trillion for American workers. Don't look at the fine print. Meanwhile, back at home, they are systematically destroying every goddamn institution that could ask uncomfortable questions. USAID, poof, gone, completely dismantled. Decades of foreign aid infrastructure, gone. The National Security Council, that body that coordinates US foreign policy, was running with around 350 people under Biden. It's now running with fewer than 100 and has been placed under the direct control of the Secretary of State. Not independent, controlled. 1,350 career State Department employees fired in the name of fighting bloat. Then in February 2025, the administration stopped enforcing the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, the United States signature anti-bribery law. US companies can now bribe foreign governments without fear of federal prosecution. Then in April, the Department of Justice disbanded its entire national cryptocurrency enforcement team, the team that investigated money laundering through crypto. Gone. The same month, their crypto company was doing billion-dollar deals with the foreign sovereign wealth funds. Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, is leading Ukraine peace negotiation. Reporting strongly suggests both Kushner and Witkoff are interested in business opportunities that could come from a deal with Russia, specifically accessing $300 billion in frozen Russian central bank assets for joint US-Russian projects in space, Arctic minerals, energy. $300 billion being negotiated by people who stand to financially benefit from the outcome of the negotiation. And here's what keeps getting framed as a footnote. This isn't side corruption. This isn't incidental self-dealing. People who have spent careers studying how governments collapse are now writing that this is the prime purpose. Not grand strategy, not great power competition, kleptocracy. The point of holding office is to enrich the ruler and his inner circle. Everything else Diplomacy, war, peace, allies is a mechanism for extraction. And honestly, the thing that actually keeps me up at night isn't even Trump. It's that every institution designed to stop this has either been fired, defunded, pardoned into irrelevance, or handed to a loyalist. The anti-bribery law, suspended. The corporate transparency law, suspended. The crypto enforcement team, disbanded. The foreign corruption task force, disbanded. The inspectors general, fired. When you dismantle every single check at the exact same moment you are doing billion-dollar deals with the government you're supposed to be negotiating with, that's not the incompetence, that's the controlled demolition. And once you fire 1,350 career diplomats, once you shrink the NCC by 70%, once you replace institutional knowledge with the family members and the real estate developers, Analysts says it takes at least a decade to rebuild. 1 decade minimum, even if everything changes tomorrow. They keep calling it the art of the deal. They are not wrong, they are just not telling you who is on the other side of a table.